Alright, I'm gonna try to keep this brief because the last video went like 10 minutes. But anyway, how you doing? This is the lovely guest bedroom. And the reason why I'm recording in the guest bedroom is because it has better lighting than my own room. At least as of right now. It's kind of cloudy and rainy out. So, looks like my fly is broken, but it's not. I mean, it is, but I fixed it with the buttons, so please ignore my crappy button fixing. But anyway, today, turn around. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about this idea of numbers, okay? Today I was telling my students that, anything under the radical that's negative, it's going to be an imaginary number. But what does an imaginary number mean? You know, they were like, well, you just told us it's the square root of a negative number. And I said, no, but think about it. Like, all numbers are imaginary, every single one of them. We've invented this symbol that specifies a quantity, that stands for a quantity, but you can't actually use any of your 5, or in some cases, some of us have 6 senses to figure out what a number is like. We cannot touch a number. We cannot taste a number. We cannot smell a number. We cannot hear a number. What's the last one? Hear. Oh, wait, no. Touch. Taste. Hear. Oh yeah, and we cannot see a number. Duh. This is like one of the most important qualities of the 5 senses. But I mean, you could see a number in quantity. We could see 3 apples and we could see 25 chairs, but really we don't see the 25. We see so many chairs. We see the quantity. It's not the number that we see. It's the definition of what those digits mean. And you know, the alphanumeric numbers, 0 through 9, the ones that we use in the English language, are some of the most intriguing things ever. I would really imagine that if we could use our 5 or 6 senses to relate and see and feel and hear these numbers, that a 3 must be something like grape soda and pepperoni pizza. Uh-oh. I gotta stop because roommates are home. But anyway, I will continue this in the next bit. So therefore, if a 3 must taste like grape soda and pepperoni pizza, that's a great combination. I mean, having pepperoni pizza with some grape soda is not bad. But the thing that stinks about tasting a 3 is that, unlike grape soda and pepperoni pizza, you have to eat them in combination. There is no separation of those flavors. They're combined and, in a sense, blended into what is the essential structure of a 3. And thinking about 3, not to be too repetitive, but I feel like an 8 would really be kind of like cheese pizza with orange juice, because those just go together so well. I mean, cheese pizza and orange juice is like my favorite ever. But also with something completely random like ahi tuna or something, right? And why? Because an 8, in essence, we have those digits 0 through 9, but we also have weird digits or weird symbols that are also quantities, like pi or e or log or infinity, right? So 8 is basically infinity sideways. And infinity is, the flavor of infinity is undescribable because it is just so many beautiful flavors that all melt together. That 8, because it's a sideways infinity, must have some generic to it, plus something that tastes very heavenly, like ahi tuna. So together those flavors aren't that great, but 8 is close to the best. When we think about 3 as some sort of tangible object that we could feel that, A 3 has got to be like sandpaper. Much like these walls here behind me and to the side of me. Um, they're not like sandpaper, but they are bumpy. And so a 3 is rough. It's just, it's like a light dusty brown, and it's very rough to the touch. And if you touch it long enough, your dead skin cells will start coming off, because it's just really, it's an exfoliator. It really is what it is. I'd like to get a 3 and just scratch the crap out of my back. And if a 3 is like sandpaper, then I would imagine an 8 must be some sort of vapor. You know, it's not quite liquid. It's not quite gas. It's like, you know, it's something that has become gaseous. Like a cloud, right? Like a cloud, because a cloud is water particles that are big enough to be a cloud, to be this like mass, but also small enough not to fall, right? And so, really, when you're talking about cloud 9, it's not cloud 9, it's cloud 8, really. I mean, 8's the one you gotta watch out for to be kind of cloud-like. Imagining all of these numbers have their own flavors and their own textures, and in combination, something like 101 would be considered a sandwich of flavors, because you got the 1 and you got the 1 and there's a nice fat 0 in the middle. And although the flavor combinations may not be perfect, that's a sandwich. That's a number sandwich, and you better be ready for that. It's not only a combination of different textures, but it's a combination of different flavors, you know, and if we're thinking that numbers can be put to the test with any sense, they all have their own sounds, and they all have their own colors and variations, and they are just great, those numbers, especially in combination. So a 101 would have 2 parts 1 and 1 part 0, but all of it would just be amazing. All of it, I'm sure it would. Yeah, that would mean things like matrices, you know, computer technology, the programs that are in computers with a bunch of zeros and ones would just be endless amounts of flavor of zeros and ones. Endless amounts of purples and chartreuses that make up zeros and ones, and the endless amount of textures, both soft and furry and kind of hard and solid like marble, in combination. And so there's so many great things about, you know, matrices and zeros and ones, but I mean, every single number would have a combination. You know, 949 would be the same thing with just different flavors and textures and sounds and combinations. And I really think that if we were able to use our 5 senses to detect numbers, that we would probably explode from having an overload of symbolic flavor and sounds and just symphony and anyway, it's giving me goosebumps thinking about it. But the other thing that I must say that does not exist, you know, in the real world, that's not tangible, is this thing that we call time. And ever since 8th grade, I was thinking about, like, what is the point of time? I mean, I think it really, like, we created this Gregorian calendar based on, you know, day and night and the sun and the moon and blah blah blah, and it's all about phases, and as a human race, we're trying to control something that is completely not within our control. Yes, we might be affecting the globe with global warming, the earth that we live on with global warming, which can affect, you know, the way we rotate around the sun and things like that, but it's very minute as of right now. There's no way that we could stop the earth from spinning or revolving around the sun, and so therefore we try to create this idea, this concept that makes us feel like we're more in control of the situation, when really we're not. It's the earth and the sun that are in control of our fate. And so I find that concept very
intriguing, and I wonder what it would be like to live without watches or phones or anything else that displays this concept of time, and try to communicate with people that live across the world without this thing we call time. I think it would be amazing. But anyway, that's my video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will upload this at a later date, but today is 10/24, Sunday, and I will be signing off, and I hope to keep you guys updated at least once a week, although it's hard because this camera takes forever to upload, as you can see right here. I can't see it very well. It says 40 minutes. that video is gonna upload. It's gonna upload for 40 minutes. Part of that is because the size of the video, the quality of the videos. Part of that is my slow internet connection. So I'll try to keep you updated at least once a week, and we'll see what happens from there. Peace.